If you're thinking about moving to the Portland metro area, we're going to talk about a classic West Side Portland neighborhood in this video. Stay tuned to learn more. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Paul Clem with the Oregon Relocation Team, and in this video we're going to talk about West Slope, which is a suburb on the west side of Portland in unincorporated Washington County. So there's a lot of neighborhoods like this. In fact, if you like this neighborhood, you should check out Raleigh Hills and Garden Home as well. All right, so let's talk about West Slope. West Slope is a community of about 7,500 people on the west side of Portland, really connected to Raleigh Hills. So you're just due west of downtown Portland, up and over the West Hills. So you're kind of on this back sloping area facing west, hence the name West Slope. This is an area that represents a lot of early mid-century suburban expansion from the city. So this is an area that was once kind of the original suburbs on the west side of Portland. So you primarily have this like mid-century suburban expansion to the west. So you have, because of that, a lot of mid-century modern homes, which is super cool. I mean, you get a lot of the typical mid-century architecture, a lot of ranches, daylight basements, a lot of split levels, tri-levels, things like that. So you get some really kind of classic mid-century homes that really is a style that a lot of people like. I mean, there are some downsides to that. You don't get the open concept as much. You can get smaller bedrooms. Obviously, older homes, you might be inheriting some more deferred maintenance, but really in West Slope, as much as anywhere else, for homes that are 60, 70 years old, you look around, I mean, it's so clear that so many people are taking really, really good care of these properties. I mean, the landscaping is on point everywhere you go in West Slope, and there really seems to be a pride of ownership in this neighborhood. You can get a pretty good variety too here. You can get 1,500, 1,600 square foot kind of starter homes or downsizing type homes, or you can get 2,500, 3,000, 3,500 square foot, much larger single family homes. Around the perimeter of the neighborhood, you get some mixed zoning. I mean, you do get commercial zoning up and down Canyon, Beaverton Hillsdale Highway. You have Highway 26 to the north. So it's really kind of a busy area when you look at these main thoroughfares or these main corridors that are going through West Slope, but you get into the neighborhood and it's much quieter, much more peaceful. Now, if you're close to Canyon or if you're close to Highway 26, you're gonna get a little bit of highway noise. So that is a little bit of a trade-off living in this neighborhood. But on the flip side of that, you have really easy access to these main thoroughfares. So again, Highway 26 to the north, that's going to take you either into Portland, or that's going to take you out through Beaverton, out to Hillsboro, all the way out to the Oregon coast. You have easy access to 217 as well. So from West Slope, you can get on 217 and you can get down to I-5. So you can get down to I-5 and go south to Wilsonville or down to Salem, wherever it may be, or you can get north into Portland that way as well. All right, before we go any further, if this is your first time to the channel or you've been here and you haven't already and you want to get more videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell to get notified every time we drop a new video. All right, so the location here in West Slope really couldn't be more convenient for ease of access to different parts of the west side of the Portland metro area or getting into Portland. But because of these main highways that are going through the area, you have access to grocery stores and shopping. There's really not a central commercial district. I mean, it's not incredibly walkable as far as walking to coffee shops, and there's not a ton of really great restaurants and breweries and things like that in your immediate area in West Slope. But the walkability here is phenomenal overall. I mean, you have nice wide private streets. You do have a lot of through streets, so cutting from Beaverton Hillsdale Highway to Canyon, or from Canyon up to Highway 26, for example. So you are going to get a lot of traffic driving through the neighborhood. So on one hand, it's a really nice community to get out and walk around. You are going to be up against people cutting through your neighborhood a little bit. So that is one potential downside of living in West Slope. All right, so you are in Beaverton schools here. Beaverton School District is an enormous district. I think there's like 90 schools in the district. It's a highly rated district, but you get a ton of variability, a really big range in terms of school ratings and things like that. There's a lot of information online about the schools. Living in West Slope, you feed into Beaverton High School, which is right downtown Beaverton, which is pretty easy to access from this area from West Slope. You also have Jesuit High School that's on Beaverton Hillsdale Highway, and that's going to be one of the largest private high schools in the Portland metro area. I'm sure there's a ton of students that live in West Slope that attend Jesuit High School. In fact, people probably move into this neighborhood because of the proximity to Jesuit. Now, just about anywhere you would live in the Portland metro area, you have pretty easy access to the nearest hospital. But here in West Slope, right in your backyard, is Providence St. Vincent. So you do have a huge hospital right here with a ton of clinics and medical facilities and things like that. Really easy to get to from West Slope. It's right there on Barnes Road, kind of just north of the neighborhood. One of the biggest benefits about being in unincorporated Washington County, you're still close to Portland, but you have Washington County taxes, which, I mean, are going to be about 2/3 of what your property taxes will be just over the county line in Multnomah County. So you really kind of get the best of both worlds there. You get lower property taxes, but you get close proximity to the city. So there are some neighborhoods in this corridor, north-south, just on the west side of the Portland border, not quite into Beaverton. These are areas with Beaverton school districts, so you're going to be feeding into Beaverton schools, but they're really more of a Portland neighborhood, relatively close in, about 100 blocks west on the west side. Now, there are a handful of small parks in the area, so probably anywhere you would live in West Slope, you would be able to walk out your doorstep and walk to a park, you know, within a 10, 12, 15-minute walk at worst. The best park in the area is Raleigh Park, which is just over into Raleigh Hills, but you have an outdoor swimming pool there. You have a great big playground. You have pickleball courts, which people are asking more and more about. So you have Raleigh Park very close nearby, living in West Slope. Another thing about West Slope that's unique is you have these huge blocks. So you don't have these tiny little blocks with homes just crammed in like you see with a lot of developments built in the last 25 or 30 years. You get these really large blocks. It doesn't feel dense. Again, you can get some of that through traffic, so it can feel a little bit busy depending on what street you live on. But overall, you're going to get larger lots, which is another thing that, you know, if you're buying a home that was built in the 50s, 60s, 70s, you're going to have more of an opportunity to have a larger lot, a larger yard, which a lot of people are looking for. Some people don't necessarily care for the maintenance, but it's nice to have a little more room to breathe. Along with the larger lots, larger yards, you get a lot more mature landscaping with a neighborhood of this age. All right, one of the things that West Slope offers that so many people are looking for are a ton of single level homes. A lot of them will have daylight basements, so you can get, you know, some of that separation in terms of different living spaces in your home, but there's a ton of single level homes in this area. We're gonna check one out right now, actually. I'm here at 2080 Knollcrest, and this one is listed by Susan and Justin Leatherman with John L. Scott. Let's go take a look. So this home is a perfect example of something kind of middle of the road that you can get in West Slope. This is about 2,200 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. You enter this house straight into the living room where you have, looks like a gas fireplace insert. You have a nice spacious room right in the front of the house. This could be a TV room. This could be a formal living room. Extends into the dining space, which looks off to the backyard. So you're going to get some really nice natural light in here. A little bit of a galley kitchen. You're going to get that in a home of this age, but they've done some really nice updates. And then on the left side of the house, you have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, and also a designated laundry room. So that's really nice. You don't always see that in homes of this age, of this size, where you actually have that inside. A lot of times you'll see it like out in the garage, or you might see it just in more of like a closet. But a couple of nice sized rooms down here, and then going through the other side of the kitchen, you have more of a family room, kind of bonus room den area. This could also be a TV room, sitting room, could be an office. Through this room, you get to your stairs accessing the master bedroom upstairs into this mudroom area, which is really nice. It's kind of this flex space where you could have an office. It could be a workshop or studio. You could finish it out, even make it a guest room. Then going upstairs to the designated master bedroom, primary bedroom, really good size up here. Have your own ensuite. Separated from the house, separated from the rest of the living space, so you're going to have a lot of privacy. And then this backyard, incredible. Nice flat yard, oversized lot. Again, it's a 1/4 acre. You have this nice patio, this mature landscaping, listed at $699. It's on a 1/4 acre lot, so you can see a lot of really nice vegetation to look at here. I would say where we are, in West Slope right now, a little bit closer to Highway 26. So you're gonna hear that. So it's not the quietest part of the neighborhood, but really, really nice nonetheless. All right, I'll step inside out of the noise, talk a little bit about some of the downsides of this neighborhood, hinted at some of these things walking around, but I mean, look, there's a lot to love about West Slope. The charm, the character, I mean, it has a lot of what a ton of people are looking for, but no neighborhood is perfect. And the first thing is what I had alluded to earlier. You're surrounded by these really, really busy corridors of Canyon and Beaverton Hillsdale Highway and Highway 26. So that offers some convenience, you know, getting in and out of the area, getting, you know, east, west, south, but you're going to get people cutting through the area and just in your immediate area. I mean, you're going to be on these busy roads quite a bit. Now, you could also be closer to BHH or Canyon or Highway 26. You're going to get the noise. You're also going to get some of the through traffic. Growing up on the west side of Portland, I mean, I definitely know the routes cutting through West Slope to get, you know, up to Canyon, for example. Now, nowadays, I really try not to cut through neighborhoods, just stick to the main roads, you know, deal with the traffic if I have to, but you're going to get a lot of through traffic. Now, not every street is going to be busy by any means. In fact, most of the streets in West Slope are going to be quiet, private, you know, really what most people would be looking for, but you are going to get quite a few people cutting through the area. So that is something you might be up against living in West Slope. Now, another thing I mentioned, you really don't have kind of the downtown, you know, central area or commercial district in West Slope. I mean, really, this is a neighborhood of Beaverton, but also a neighborhood of Southwest Portland. So it's kind of a mix in that way. I would say what you lack in the immediate area, you make up for in your proximity to other areas, most specifically downtown Portland and downtown Beaverton. Both are going to be 10, 12 minutes away to get into the city, into Portland. You can get up into Northwest, you can get downtown very quickly, very easily, or into downtown Beaverton, which we did a video about that recently. This is an area that is really becoming a hot spot, a popular area to go out, get dinner. A lot of great restaurants, breweries, bars, things like that. There's shopping, food carts. So there's a lot to do in downtown Beaverton. And living in West Slope is going to give you easy access to it. Canyon, Beaverton Hillsdale Highway. I mean, on Canyon, you have like a ton of car dealerships and mechanics and things like that. You have maybe some dive bars, fast food restaurants, big box stores, chain stores, things like that. You don't get as much of like kind of the local business type character on BHH or Canyon as you do maybe in some other areas of Portland in particular. Obviously, the more you get out into the suburbs, the more you get of the fast food and the big box stores and the strip malls and things like that. So you have this interesting dynamic in West Slope where you're just starting to get out into the suburbs, but you have this really cool old charm here, but the main streets around here are going to be a little less exciting. All right, and lastly, this area might be a little bit overpriced, at least relative to what you're looking for. So, you know, this house we looked at, $699, this house is easily $625, maybe $640 in a lot of other, especially suburban neighborhoods, especially neighborhoods of Beaverton. So what you get here and really what you're paying for is the aesthetic. Everything is really consistent. People take really good care of their homes and their landscaping around here. It's a nice neighborhood. Again, there's a pride of ownership here. You're close to Portland. You have convenient access to these highways and grocery stores. And so there really is a lot of upside here. There is a lot to like, but price per square foot, I mean, this area is going to be more expensive. Now, if you compare it to the other areas that I was talking about, Raleigh Hills, which is really connected to West Slope, and Garden Home to the south of Raleigh Hills, you're going to get some variation, and this probably falls more in the middle. So who knows when you're watching this video, but today the median sale price in West Slope is about $700,000. The median sale price in Raleigh Hills is right at $1 million. The median sale price in Garden Home is about $580,000. So, you know, if you like this dynamic where you're just on the outskirts of Portland on the west side, close to the city, but more of a suburban feel, and also the Washington County taxes, West Slope, again, it's going to give you really kind of a middle of the road opportunity or options. for what you can get. Now, I would say if you like Raleigh Hills, West Slope has a ton of similarity. Again, these are two areas that are really connected to each other, and Raleigh Hills being a lot more expensive on average, you know, right at that $1 million mark, you know, you can get into this area and you don't necessarily have to spend $1 million. So if you're thinking about moving to Portland, if West Slope is an area that sounds interesting, if you want to learn more about neighborhoods that are similar to West Slope, if you want to talk about different areas that you have on your radar, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email, or click the link down below in the description of the video. Schedule a Zoom call with us and we can talk more about that. Now, if this video was helpful, make sure to hit the like button. That helps us out a lot. If you want to get more videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button, tap the little bell to get notified every time we drop a new video. As always, we really appreciate you watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.